Cyclone Yas is our top focus, and my colleague Ankit Tyagi is in Kolkata getting us more on that big story. Ankit.
Thank you so much, Neha. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, this is the bank of the Hooghly River where we are coming live to you from in Kolkata. And usually, this is not the water level that you would see here. I mean, it's almost breaching the bank or the areas where normally the water doesn't come to. In fact, you can go, if you can see this white line, you can go a little further into the river without the platform which has been created, and then there are steps which goes down to the river. But right now, because of the impact of the cyclone which has already started the landfall in Odisha, the process of the landfall is on right now. What you see here in Kolkata is a weather which is, at least at this point of time, fortunately not as bad. I mean, since morning there has been a few spells of light to moderate rainfall, and since then there hasn't been any further, at least, deterioration of the weather as far as Kolkata is concerned. That's a huge relief for the people here in West Bengal. But let me give you a larger picture of the cyclone, which the landfall process, as I told you earlier, has started from, in fact, in the Balasore area of Odisha. The process is going to continue for the next 3 hours. So from 9 o'clock it started, around 12:30 the landfall process is going to continue. The Indian Army's Eastern Command is on the standby for the rescue and relief operations. A total 17 integrated cyclone relief columns are comprising of specialized personnel with associated equipment and inflatable boats have been deployed. Columns have been pre-positioned in Purlia, West Midnapur, Havra, Hooghly, and other places as well, as far as the cyclone is concerned. Now, the Odisha government has evacuated 3.54 lakh people in 7 districts of the state. The IMD has predicted that the cyclone will turn into very severe category storm. Bhubaneswar, Rourkela, Jharsuguda airport in Odisha have been shut. In Bengal, East Midnapur and 24 South Pargana districts will be the most impacted. The storm is expected to pass through these 2 districts at the speed of 90 to 120 kilometers per hour. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is constantly monitoring the situation and have informed that 15 lakh people have been evacuated from the coastal areas. In view of the weather warning, the flight operations, the commercial flight operations in Kolkata have also been stopped till 7:45 in the evening today. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, let me now bring you some ground reports from West Bengal and also from other places. My colleagues have been out there since morning in Balasore, in Digha, in South 24 Pargana districts of West Bengal. These are the reports that they have sent from just a short while earlier.
Well, over here, it's extremely windy. However, it was sunny a while back. It was raining in the morning. The weather is changing every 10 to 15 minutes. We do not understand what does that indicate. But this falls under the zone where the impact will be felt. Now, the entire zone starts from Paradip in Orissa till Bokhali in 24, till Sagardeep Islands in South 24 Parganas. Now, we need to see how the day, starts moving from here. Even as the landfall has started, over here, situation feels a bit better than what it was in the first couple of hours in the morning. However, the winds are extremely high, and right now the sea has moved a bit back. But these are coastal areas, and the impact, as we were rightly mentioning, the impact has already started, as we showed you just a while back how roads have started to break down due to the heavy winds and the tidal waves. So these will be the major casualties of this particular cyclone. But as of yet, almost 2 lakh plus people have been evacuated from the district of South 24 Parganas by the West Bengal government.
The authorities in Kolkata have begun operations. As you can see, there are several branches, trees that have already been uprooted overnight due to gusty winds and rain. And the Kolkata Municipal Corporation personnel are already out on the street clearing the debris so that there is no roadblock right now. And not just personnel, machines like these have also been placed in Kolkata. They are being used so that the personnel can reach up to higher branches and cut them in case they are dangling precariously. So this is happening even as cyclone Yas approaches the coastline of Odisha and West Bengal. This is, of course, learning from the kind of experience that we've had last year after Cyclone Amphan, because huge trees fell off after getting uprooted due to Cyclone Amphan last year, blocking roads. And even after the cyclone, in the aftermath, what we saw was that for several days, several important roads in Kolkata had remained blocked due to the cyclone and due to uprooting of trees. But this time, the authorities are making sure that no such situation arises, and there is clear movement of vehicular traffic in case of emergency, especially the fire services and medical services. Vehicles which move through the city, because it's a lockdown right now, general public are not on the street. At least there is no blockage of vehicular traffic. That is being ensured. With camera person Probir Biswas, Indrajit for India Today in Kolkata.
Strong tidal waves and extremely gusty winds. This is beyond 150 kilometers per hour. If we can try and show you the impact here is quite dramatic. These are tidal waves reaching up to 10 feet high. And yes, the area which was swarming with people till some time ago to take selfies is near empty now. So strong winds out here, and a danger sign now that the landfall is impacted and is expected any time. Dhamra is around 80 to 100 kilometers away from here, which is the eye of the storm. Balasore, barely few kilometers away, and this is already seeing one of its worst impact here. The trees have been swaying. The tidal waves have been extremely rough. So obviously you can see the impact. There's a lot of friction with the air. We'll try and show you some of the shops out here. These are nearly destroyed because of the strong winds. Few of those people, if you can see the trees up there, you'll know the impact. But some of them still venturing out. These are people who are very concerned about their shops, about their livelihood. But the warning had been given some time back, and let's see. The waves coming almost till where we are, which is almost climbing 10 feet high. And in the next 1 hour, we will see the worst of Cyclone Yas. Now remember, there are 11 districts in Odisha which are impacted. There was mass evacuation being carried out. Almost 3.5 lakh people, mostly fishermen and those people who were staying in the coastal areas, have been moved back. And that is where they've been kept in the relief centers. But in the times of pandemic, it's a double whammy for this government to deal with social distancing, masking, temperatures check, to ensure safety of all those who've been evacuated, and yet to manage a calamity of this sort. So yes, Cyclone Yas knocked on the doors. Even in midnight, we saw strong winds gusting, and now this is almost at its peak, and the next 4 to 5 hours will be extremely crucial.
Just to give you some perspective of what is happening here in Kolkata, this is, as I was telling you, one of the ghats here on the banks of the river Hooghly, and just at a distance, in fact, you can see the old Howrah Bridge as well. All these big ships that you see, in fact, these yachts and the small ships that are just behind me have been tied to these anchors to make sure, to secure them and ensure that there is no movement as far as if the wind situation in Kolkata increases, if there's gusting winds up to more than 100 kilometers per hour, that could in fact create a situation where these vessels possibly could move. Now, as I was telling you, the water level in the river Hooghly is also dramatically over the night has increased, but still it's not high enough to breach the banks or create any issues, at least till now, because even the rains which we are been seeing since yesterday in the evening, there have been light to moderate thunder showers. Right now it is overcast here in Kolkata, and the situation, at least fortunately, is under control. Let me very quickly now take you back to studio, where my colleague Sneha will give you a sense of how the cyclone is moving, the currents, the wind speed, and what are going to be the worst impacted areas as far as the cyclone is concerned. She has a very cool animation, in fact, to show you. Ladies and gentlemen, just go across to studio to my colleague Sneha. Sneha, over to you.
All right, thanks so much for that, Ankit. In fact, this is how it looks like as far as the progression of Cyclone Yas is concerned. As expected, Odisha, northern part of Odisha is going to be the worst impacted. The cyclonic storm already commenced at around 9 a.m. on the coast of Odisha. Landfall right now is underway between Dhamra and Balasore. This is the region where the landfall has commenced already. The progression of the cyclone is going to be towards West Bengal, a little ahead of Odisha, and then the impact of the same is also going to be felt in the northeastern part of the country. But the Met Department is saying that Odisha is where the maximum impact is going to be felt. The region between Dhamra and Balasore, where wind speeds right now as we speak is at 130 to 140 km per hour, gusting up to 155 kilometers per hour. Odisha government, of course, has done what it can in terms of evacuating the people, but the Met Department says that the worst impact of Cyclone Yas right now is going to be felt in Odisha, and as it progresses towards West Bengal, it will weaken, as is the case with all cyclonic storms. They weaken as they progress, and hence northern Odisha essentially is going to be the worst affected. But this entire belt in the Bay of Bengal region, the coastal belt, including Andhra Pradesh down south, further below Odisha, is actually on high alert because nobody wants to take any chances at this point in time. Ankit.
Sneha, thank you for joining us with all those details. Ladies and gentlemen, let me, for a quick update now from the ground, take you to my colleague Suryagni, who is joining us at this moment from South 24 Pargana district. Suryagni, just give us a sense of what's happening on the ground. Is the situation improving or deteriorating there? Because, the landfall process in Odisha, in Balasore area, has already commenced. It's been almost 2 hours.
Well, Ankit, just a while back we showed you how, we showed our viewers how, the initial impact has affected the people. Now there is, as this is a coastal area, Bokhali, Sagardeep, these are coastal areas. So water will go up, water will rise, and go into the inland territories. Now this is something that has been observed throughout a long time. But what we do need to understand is that as and when the water rises, there is a high tide factor behind it as well. And we showed you images of water which has moved inlandwards, and also of how the high tides and strong winds have already impacted the areas where the roads were not that greatly built. Just a while back, we saw how a road has been halfly destroyed by the strong winds and by the high tides that had occurred in the morning. Right now, if we just look at the entire environment behind me, the trees will tell you how heavy, how strong the winds are. No matter how far the actual landfall place is, but over here the impact will be felt, and maybe that is the reason why almost 2.5 lakh people were evacuated from the south, South 24 Parganas, and moved to other areas, other upward areas by the West Bengal administration. Back to you, Ankit.
All right, Suryagni, thank you for joining us with all those details. We'll keep coming back to you for the latest from the ground. Let me now, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly give you a sense of how the Indian Army, the Air Force and the Navy is also, on the standby, has stepped up to make sure that if the need arises, they are able to help the civilian administration, as quickly as possible. In fact, the Indian Army's Eastern Command is leading the charge, and what we have been told is that a total of 17 integrated cyclone relief columns have been pressed into action. Now, these are equipped with equipment to clear roads, to provide relief, inflatable boats and everything else. Columns have also been pre-positioned in Purulia, West Midnapore, Havra, Hooghly and other places as well. 9 cyclone relief columns have also been kept on standby at Kolkata for redeployment as necessary in West Bengal. Now, 4 naval ships are on standby with humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, diving and medical teams to render any kind of aid. INS Chilka at Khurda has stepped up and made all necessary arrangements to coordinate the rescue and relief operations in close liaison with the state government. Now, the naval aircraft has also been kept ready at the Naval Air Stations to undertake aerial surveys and drop relief material. In view of the cyclone Yas, all water vessels, steamers, yachts and barges have been anchored on the Hooghly River to avoid any accidents, as I just, in fact, short while back had showed you. Now, I want to just show you something very interesting that happened. I mean, when we started this broadcast, all these vessels which were anchored on the other side have now moved, because of the current, have now moved on to the other. So they are anchored and tied to this very large, in fact, anchor that you see with huge, in fact, ropes. And with the river current, it is just, in fact, changing its position. Now, the other big challenge for the government of West Bengal and also in Odisha is going to be that to ensure COVID protocols at a time when the cyclone is in fact making its presence felt. Once again, slight increase in the wind speed. Just see around me as well. A lot of people, interested in this whole process, what is happening, and many of them not wearing the mask, in fact, at this moment. So despite the COVID curfew, the kind of lockdown that we have seen being imposed in Kolkata, you will see a lot of people, those who are coming out to this ghat, and not all of them are wearing the mask or in fact taking all the necessary precautions as far as the COVID-19 pandemic is concerned. This is going to be a big challenge as far as the government of West Bengal goes. Now, with that, I'm slipping into a very, very short break, ladies and gentlemen. On the other side, our continuous coverage from the ground of Cyclone Yas will continue. We'll get you the ground reports from Odisha, from various parts in West Bengal, and the changing weather here in Kolkata as well. Stay tuned.